First word is going to be baby.
Baby? Okay. Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, yeah.
Oh, no one. No one has started. I don't think anyone's sung a Stevie Wonder song yet on here.
Oh, I love Stevie, yes. Yeah, so my dad is a saxophone player. He's part of the Regiment Horns. They've performed and toured with a lot of big artists and are on a lot of big records. And my mom is a singer, background vocalist. She's a vocal coach, all of that stuff. So yeah, they are pretty in the industry. So I kind of had a little foot in the door. So that was good.
Did they ever step back and say, "Hey, are you sure this is what you want to do?" I mean, you have other stuff on the side that, of course, keeps you afloat, but to really, when someone makes a good run at the arts or a good run at being a singer, the parents got to be just, full stop.
No, well, so yeah, they definitely had those questions, but they knew that I loved this. It was mostly I went to Berklee College of Music, which they also went to Berklee College of Music.
Yes.
So they didn't want me to go. They wanted me to just come out here. And I was like, what kind of parent tells their kid not to go to college? Like,
One that wants them to survive, maybe?
right, exactly. So yeah, it was they kind of just were a little protective over me because they know how the industry works and they know it's very cutthroat. So they were always very supportive, but they were kind of like, oh, are you sure?
You mentioned Berklee. What style of music is that? So when you study music there, are they teaching you a certain style, or is it all different genres that they cover?
Yeah, well, it's a contemporary music school, and it started off as a jazz based school, but
Okay.
it really does cover a lot of pretty much all genres. I got to choose what ensembles I wanted to be in, and I got to my vocal coach, like, she would let me choose what songs I sang. So there was classical training, but it was very contemporary based.
Well, when you hear a college of music, when people study music, that's usually what it's based in, right? Is a classic training, right? They start at the bottom, sort of. And that's when I read that you went to Berklee, I thought, well, that's not an R&B sound at all. Like, that doesn't, classic and R&B are not really gonna meet anywhere in the middle. Like, I was amazed that what would Berklee do with you? But it's good to know that you actually got to choose your own lane and sort of develop your own style through right from college, really.
Definitely, yeah. That was that was why I really wanted to go there, because I wanted to go to a music school, but I even though I had some classical training, I wasn't a classical singer. That wasn't my thing. I was in musicals and drama club and stuff, but I knew I wanted to be an R&B singer, so I kind of had to figure out what path I was going to take, but I knew since I was a kid I wanted to go to Berklee because both of my parents went there, so.
Right, follow in the footsteps, you have to.
Yeah.
You mentioned drama and doing some musical theater. Just a side note, do you realize who follows you on Instagram?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh my god. Like, when I first discovered that, I was like, okay, now we're just going to beg this girl to be on this show because I mean, talk about a musical theater icon.
Well, that's Auntie Show. That's family right there. My dad worked with her for a long time, played with her. So she had come to like my birthday parties and stuff. And ever since I was a kid, she's always been so supportive and encouraging of me singing. So that's family right there.
You kind of represent exactly what I wanted this show to be. I think I first discovered you looking for covers of the Hers and Hers challenge. Mm-hmm. And here you are just sitting in your car with your gorgeous Medusa earrings, as I like to call them, and just nailing a flawless cover of this song. And I think how many other people, how many other artists, how many other singers are just singing alone in their car, but man, can they sing. I'm watching you sing this and I think, she's got to be walking into a studio to record. That's got to be the work she's talking about right now. So I guess the question in there is, what is it? Just an absolute love for it? Is it a passion for it? What keeps you posting those videos? What keeps you singing outside your work in your car?
Yeah, it's definitely a love and a passion. That's where it started. I just, being around it all the time growing up, I just developed the love for it. But over the past couple years, I really started to see something in myself that I felt like I could maybe be something or someone, or maybe I could take my music somewhere further, and maybe people want to hear my voice and want to hear my music. So I mean, even though I do still work a little 9-to-5 job, I'm releasing music, I'm in the studio, I'm performing. So definitely it's my passion, the soul passion.
All right, speaking of music, the biggest reason we had to get on here is a little bit of singing. The game we like to play on here is song association. Everyone knows what it is. Yes. I will give you one word. You have 9 seconds to sing a song that's in the lyrics or title. I love everyone comes on here that is so nervous, and they all just absolutely knock it out of the park. So I don't think you have anything to be nervous. So I'm sure you've played this game on your own thousands of times.
Oh, I did last night. I was like, let me think of the words.
That's so good. I feel so good. I like people practicing and rehearsing for this sort of thing. All right, let's start it off. Your first word. You ready? Mm-hmm. First word is going to be baby.
Baby? Okay. Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, yeah.
Oh, no one has started. I don't think anyone's sung a Stevie Wonder song yet on here.
Oh, I love Stevie, yes.
That has to be, is that mom, is that dad influence? Who started that one? It has to be both of them.
Both, but mostly my dad. We used to drive to school listening to Stevie Wonder, Alicia Keys, always on repeat. So definitely give that one to Dad.
Can you imagine being around in the height of Motown? Like, right?
The music, the energy. Oh my goodness, I could never imagine.
We will never see it again. I don't think it'll ever come around. Just that. It's amazing. Just from coast to coast, what that genre of music did. Well, it'll never happen again, I don't think.
Well, you know what? In that time, people didn't have phones. They didn't have TV. They didn't have. Well, maybe they had TV, but
no,
they didn't
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So it was all just talent and practicing, and all they had to do was, if you love singing, that's what you did. So
the fact that they took a whole country by storm without TikTok is incredible. Right. Really incredible. All right. Well, we nailed it on number 1. Let's go to number 2. Your second word is good.
Good? Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm blanking.
No, we're holding the clock. We're going to wait for it.
Okay. Ooh, give me a hint. Oh no.
What do you want? I would go. See, I'm going to go right to musical theater right away, and I can't do that.
Wow. I'm so sorry. I might have to throw that one out. Does that happen? Am I the only one who does that?
No. It's happened many times. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. My God. You could go with like a Johnny B. Goode from another Motown.
Okay.
Shoshana Bean sang a song during Wicked. No. Oh. That's okay. It's all musical theater here. This was what I was worried about. Don't be sorry. This is what I was worried about. I was worried I was going to come on here because everyone knows so much more music than I do, and so people are just going to have to educate me on different songs.
You know what? I'm the worst though. That's why I was so nervous about this. Like I know melodies. Melodies are my thing, and if you give me the first word of a song, I can give you everything else. But then the rest it's hard to get to.
That's a good segue right there. So how about your singles? Like, so when you're writing a single, is that what comes to you first? Is a little bit of a melody, like some sort of, whether it's a chord progression or just a little riff you've got? Is that where you go first, or do you actually think of some lyrics first?
It really just comes to me. So sometimes I'll start with words, or sometimes I'll start with melodies. Lately, I've really just been doing words and melodies at the same time. I'll come up with a cute little line, and then I just build the whole song off of that. So.
All right, let's try word number 3 here. All right, ready?
Okay.
Word number 3 is keep.
Keep? Oh. Keep. Proud Mary, keep on turning.
Oh, yes.
And we're rolling on the river. Woo! Got it.
Let's just call it the Motown Song Association. Let's go with that.
Yeah, hey, I guess that's where I'm at today.
It's the easy one to fall back on. That's totally fine. Number 4 is feel.
Feel? Oh, ooh, I'm gonna run out of time. I'm so bad at this.
No, we'll hold the clock. It's fine. Some Aretha, maybe?
Aretha, okay. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman.
Oh, God. There we go. We saved it. There you go. Now that we've covered a little bit of Motown and a little bit of your favorites, do you have, growing up, was there, aside from your mom singing in the house, was there an inspiration? Was there someone that you looked up to and thought, that's my shining star, that's my North Star that I want to, that if I could have just a small section of this person's career, that's what I want to aspire to? Yeah,
I mean, I, growing up, was very much so inspired by Alicia Keys, just because, singer, powerhouse singer, but also playing keys and just very independent woman. Like, I loved her writing. The Diary of Alicia Keys, one of my favorite albums. And there was one song my dad used to play on the way to school all the time, and it was Unbreakable. Unbreakable, the technical difficulties. Ooh, love that song.
So she's got to be, I love that answer, because she has to be a trailblazer for so many artists, right? So many young female artists that are just so, I don't even know how else to describe her, so real, so honest, so forward. So her stints on The Voice as a coach, they need to bring that back, because she was just, I thought she was the most real, and I don't understand how anyone went up there and didn't say, I want to work with Alicia Keys.
Yeah, she just always embodied like a real down-to-earth girl from the East Coast. And as someone from the East Coast, I mean, I'm from Massachusetts, but New York's not too far.
Let's go on to word number 5.
All right, give me an easy one.
Are we ready? Oh, it's incredibly easy. The word is world.
World? Okay. Oh, why am I blanking? World. It's like right there. Like I know so many.
Even sitting here in front of you, I'm thinking I've got What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. That's about the tip of it. But that would be the end. That's all I would have.
Wonderful world.
Oh, I mean, just to get you to hear it, just to get you to sing that is worth it. What I love that I didn't pick up on our previous word is, I thought it was going to be a big setup, but the word feel didn't take us into feel the same.
Oh, wow. Look at that. I have a song with the world feeling and I didn't even... That's terrible.
You're trying not to be so self-centered. You're trying to share the love. Can we talk about that for a second, though?
Yeah.
That single, it not only was on All Last Night, but also I loved reading. So Buzz Music did an article on you around that single, and the very first question they asked, I've gotta love it's a true artistry thing. Just your absolute unbelievable honesty that you just come out and say, look, I'm bisexual. I went from one partner to another, and I tell you, it doesn't feel the same. Yeah. Like, that's so honest, so upfront. I loved that answer. I just thought, this girl could take a separate route, could just say, well, I got out of one relationship and went into the next, and some things don't feel the same, and that's kind of what the song was based on. And you're like, no, straight up, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, because it, and when you know that, the song hits different, right? Whether anyone identifies with that world or not, you can tell this artist is coming from a totally different angle here, because it doesn't really feel the same to her.
Yeah. And when that's what I was feeling when I wrote it, and I sat with a little while, like, do I even want to tell people that? Do I want to take that route? But I was like, no, I need to be honest. Like, I want people to really know who I am and know what my songs are actually about. And that was just, that's the tea. So
I respect it. I absolutely love it. And I would say anyone who is a fan and listens to that song has got to respect it too, because you're not hiding behind anything. If you're going to sit down and write a song that's entirely based on your life and inspired by your life, it's got to be all authentically on the page. It's got to all authentically be there.
Definitely.
So you can't, right? So you can't shy away from that. So I just commend you on that. I loved that honesty. I loved reading that you didn't try to shy away from that. Growing, if I take you back, growing up a little bit though, what was that realization like? What was that? Did you fall into music? Did you meet someone? How did you sort of deal with, uncovering your true identity, or kind of, because it becomes, we all have to accept ourselves first, right, before we can try and, put it out to the world or even put it into art. So how did you come with that, getting into that acceptance first?
I've always known who I was. I just wasn't always honest about it. And I think after college and coming out here and being on my own, that really helped me. And what's really funny is my parents came to the video shoot for that song. And so before we left the house, I was like, so there's something I need to tell you guys. And so I know my parents, and I know that they love me and accept me no matter who I am. So I never felt like I had to tell them. But I was like, I'm definitely representing a relationship with a man and a woman in this music video. So I should probably actually acknowledge it before we go into the shoot.
I wanted to ask you about music videos because they seem to be a bit of a dying breed. There's not as many, right, as we used to see. But was that important to you? Was that, if I'm going to put this much effort into a single, I want to make sure my visual representation of it is represented as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. What my fans and people will come to see is that I love visuals and I love music videos. So I have one actually coming out next week for my most recent single. I have one coming out in 2 months. I love a music video. So yeah, that was definitely important to me, especially because even though I had an article speaking about what the song meant and what it meant to me, I wanted to really visualize that for people and really give you the full idea with the song. So yeah, it was great working with Tay and having a whole full team. That was a great experience.
I love that because anyone who, you do it yourselves, right? When you listen to other people's songs, you start to create this imagery in your head and sort of give it its own meaning based on what you're hearing. Right. But then to see a music video, all of a sudden you really get inside the head of the artist and you're like, okay, now I see her truth in it, and it hits so different. Yeah. And talk about, you can tell when you're on screen in that video, because that's a full day shooting a music video. That's a lot, right? Yeah. But you can tell, throughout the whole thing, you don't lose it. I tell you, you can tell that you love this art form and that you are loving getting to, express this song visually now as well. And the end result, I mean, come on, it just came out. You've got to be so proud of that. It came out so well.
Thank you. Yeah, I really am. And that was just really the first time I got to really act and really got to express myself visually in a video. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
The amount of times I'll tell you, as a guy watching that video, it physically hurts watching you destroy a banana that way. The amount of times you just bit it, tore it apart, just threw it was I'm telling you, it was a lot to go through. It was an experience.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. The visual worked quite well. Let's go on to your next word. Breathe. We're good. Okay. We're good. It's all good. All right. The word is little.
Little. Say a little prayer for me. I got the line though.
You did get it. What is that? Forever and ever you stay in my heart. Is that where we're going?
Forever and ever you stay in my heart. Oh, I will love you forever and ever. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Come on. Is that Diane Warwick? Is that who that is?
Aretha, I believe.
Oh, all right.
Right?
I missed it. I just
quote me. Hey.
It's all good. I just know that it was front and center in My Best Friend's Wedding. I don't know if you've seen the film.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I don't think I have. I thought you meant your real best friend. I was like, oh.
Oh, no. Just a Julia Roberts film. That's all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I wanted to ask it, sort of another, just throwing out compliments left and right, because I have to get them all in at once. Also, when you rupture your Achilles and you're sitting at home and you may enjoy... I appreciate it. Thank you. And you may enjoy a glass of alcohol or two just to get you through it. I've got to tell you, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you, a glass of whiskey goes really well with 80 proof.
Oh yeah.
Right? You tell me you weren't drinking like crazy while writing that song.
Oh, I was. I don't even remember what I was drinking. Oh, you know what? I do remember what I was drinking.
Hit it.
It was may have been some Hennessy. I
Good choice.
The pen was flowing. Liquor lets the pen go, you know. Liquid courage.
Hey,
that's what it is.
Liquid lets the mind go too. I mean, it hit. I'm telling you, that song hits different with whiskey is my flavor, but it just is so spot on. It was like, this song is just so smart. You cannot enjoy one without the other. It works so well.
But yeah, that every time I perform it, I want everybody to have a cup in their hand, some type of drink, so you can really feel what I was feeling.
All right, here we go. The word is dance.
Dance. Just dance, it'll be okay. Gotta do, just dance. That record, babe. Do.
I love it. There you go.
Got that one.
You nailed that. It's like you had that one on the ready.
Listen. Well, I actually love Lady Gaga, so that one was a good little segue.
Well done. Nice. What is happened? Where are the albums? She needs to get back in the studio.
I know. I mean, I understand, you know, taking a break as an artist, but I really miss it. I really do. I was a big Gaga fan in the early 2000, like 2010, 12. Loved Lady Gaga. Definitely was maybe a little too young to be singing some of her lyrics, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's you're gonna be an artist eventually anyway. You have to learn this stuff.
Exactly.
That's fine. I mean, I know she's taking a break with like Oscar nominations and everything. Whatever. It's just so, you know, lowbrow. But we need more music from the girl. That's all I've got to say. This one is Mine.
Mine. Yours, mine, ours. I can do this for hours. I can do this for hours.
I didn't set that up at all, I swear.
I know.
Not at all. God, that song. I'll tell you, when I was searching on TikTok, that I did not know Muni Long that well. When that challenge came up, all of a sudden, you can't help but fall in love with her and that sound and that song. Oh my God.
The runs, the lyrics, everything. And then I found out more about her. She's an amazing songwriter. She's written for some of the biggest artists. All of the songs that we love, most of them were her.
Yes, exactly, right? And what a set.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of build up the confidence to sort of put yourself out there, I guess. But to know that this talent is hiding in someone for so long, and she's behind some of the biggest songs, it's so satisfying to see someone like that get their true accolades now, or their true recognition.
Right. And I know she was seeing all those come in, just like cheering it on. I would have loved to see that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. On that note, I need you to help me out a little bit. Can you explain R&B to me? Can you, like, it is a genre of music that, like I said, you sit down with a glass of whiskey and you're good for the night. It is, but I so many people keep saying, oh, this is, this evolution of R&B. We're in a really good space of R&B right now. And for me, what was the last space? I just don't know where the genre has come from and where it is right now.
Well, R&B is such a large genre. I feel like there's so many subsets inside of R&B. We have alternative R&B, we have R&B fusion. It's so big and broad, rhythm and blues. And it started from, it comes from Motown and a lot of things have influence from R&B. And I think that the reason I love R&B so much is because it's not just one sound. There's so many things you can build from R&B. R&B is from the soul. It's really that feeling.
That helps at least. So basically, I'm just overthinking it too much. I should just enjoy the music is really what it is.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Well, there's so many R&B artists out there that do different sounds, and when people say, I've heard so many people say R&B is dead, and I'm like, you're just not looking. You're not looking. There's so many artists out there that are amazing at and have such a beautiful sound. A lot of undiscovered underground. I love underground music. That is my thing. But yeah, you just gotta look for it.
Let's finish off our fun little game here, shall we?
All right.
I mean, the last word is price.
My heart is getting icy. Might be the reason for my pricing. Highly favored and it's likely you hate that, that's why you being shiesty. Yeah, cause my price is going way, 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 way up. Way, 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 way up. My price is going way, 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 way up. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Another beautiful setup.
You set me up for that one. I love it.
I mean, I can't. That way. I mean, the day you wrote that, you've got to be thinking, "Damn, I'm good." That's so catchy. I just love that so much. It's just so like it's one of those things, one of those hooks, right? You'll walk around the house singing way, whatever. Like, you just completely it gets stuck in the head.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, when we wrote it, honestly, it was just I was in the studio with my producer OB and DS16, who's the feature on the song, and we were working on the song together. And it just started off as a vibe. He started with the little keys sound, and then we just had it going. My pen was going, and then I hit the way, 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 way up, and it just flew from there. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. What can you explain just a little bit behind my price is going way, way, way up? What are we talking about there?
Well, I mean, as you know, I talk about it all the time. I work a little 9 to 5. You saw me in my car. And I was just, this was actually before I just started my most recent job. So I was unemployed at the time. And we were in the studio and just talking about how we were doing new things. And especially after the pandemic, being able to perform again and make music again. It just felt like a really encouraging moment. Like, I know that I'm going somewhere. My price is going up, meaning people are going to start booking me. You're going to see me on bigger stages. You know, it's kind of it's an affirmation song, a manifestation song for me. And at that time, it was like I'm acknowledging where I am, but also acknowledging where I'm going, and it's going to be somewhere bigger and grander.